Of Gospel Life News. My name is Daki. You can spell it as Darki. You know it's double A. Want to say a big thank you to our fans out there for doing what you do. We love you guys so much. We appreciate you guys for your time, your effort, your energy, and then we're saying we would never take you guys for granted. That's a promise from Gospel TV Africa. A lot is happening in the music space. By the way, you can now stream us live on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. All you have to do is look out for that channel that is most convenient to you and stream us there. Guess what? We are waiting for you in that space. The music space is buzzing. Choc City are in big trouble. All of that will bring them to you in a bit. Just so you know, today is Friday, and then we have New Music Friday coming through today. And then for me, the buzzing one is Lil J and Olamide. Trust me, that one is one song you don't want to miss. I promise you on that. Let's see what the news look like. And today we'll begin our news with no other person than the man who calls himself the Odogo and African Giants, talking about Burna Boy himself. Moving on, we saw Busta Rhymes and Burna Boy coming through with a song they called Rabo Shota. And trust me, this is a song that looked like somebody speaking in tongues. And we saw Busta Rhymes coming through in his element. And this is just a reawareness that Busta Rhymes will not change for anybody. Burna Boy once said, "Put me on your song, I go first." But then on this song, it looked like status quo has changed. But we saw Burna Boy coming through with the first line of the song where he said, "Yay." And then after "Yay," Busta Rhymes came through with his lyrics and all of that. Burna Boy came through, killed the song. If you want to know what the 10 over 10 looks like, go listen to Burna Boy part on the song called Robo Shota. We saw Burna Boy team have come out to announce that in case you want to be at the concerts for the Mercedes-Benz Arena and the Lanxess Arena in Cologne, the tickets are almost sold out. These are venues in Germany, and they've announced that for Mercedes-Benz Arena in Berlin, they've at about 17,000 capacity. They've sold out over 90% of the tickets. So if you can't get to yours anytime from now, don't be surprised to get to hear it has been sold out. At the same time, for the Lanxess Arena at Cologne, about 20,000 capacity. That space also is about 90% sold out. So we have just 10% left. If you want to attend Burna Boy concert, it's a good time to get your tickets to avoid dime it and rush hour tickets. We saw where Burna Boy announced the London Stadium, about 80,000 capacity just this week. And he did the same venue this year where he sold out the space of over 80,000 persons. And this year he's saying, for June next year, I want to repeat this venue. I want to do it bigger and better. And then he announced the pre-sales tickets yesterday. And just after he announced that, we saw over 11,000 people in queue just to get tickets. Burna Boy indeed is the status quo when it comes to African music and Afrobeat. This guy is making us proud, making himself proud, and making Nigerians proud wherever they are. Moving on, we have Baba Ibeji as the next guy on the news. You want to call him DAVIDO, but then we choose to call him Baba Ibeji. We saw DAVIDO Feel have sold over 155,000 units sales in the US, and trust me, in a couple of days, this guy should be getting close to having maybe a gold certification in the US. At the same time, we saw unavailable Musakis have now sold over 340,000 units in the US, and just 160 left is going to get a gold for himself in the US. And just coming in, Chris Brown's Sensational with DAVIDO and Lil J have now sold over 100,000 units in the US, and this is a very massive one. For a song that came out barely 1 month ago, have now sold over 100,000 units. Could it be Chris Brown influence or DAVIDO influence? Whichever influence it is, it's a good number for Chris Brown and the folks he featured on the song. Moving on, we have Rema as the next guy on the news. Trust me, this guy has been the biggest export of Afrobeat for the year 2023. We saw the Billboard coming through with another set of report card for the year. They call this one the Billboard 2023 year-end chart. And on this chart, Rema has proven to be the biggest artist of the year. And then we saw where for the Billboard Afrobeat artist, we have Rema on the chart. For the World Album artist, Rema is there. For the adult pop airplay song, Rema sits comfortably there. For the radio song artist, Rema sits comfortably there. For the Canadian Hot 100 artists, Rema also sits comfortably in that space. Song category from Billboard Hot 100, Canadian Hot 100, this guy had this place on lockdown, and he made sure that he did what no Afrobeat artist had done in history before. And that's a massive one. And we say big congratulations to Rema for making others believe we can do this thing together. Moving on, we saw Fade and Rema Bobalu has appeared on 8 Billboard charts, and the Billboard includes Billboard Colombia song, Billboard Hot Latin song, Billboard Spanish song, Billboard Latin airplay, Billboard Latin rhythm airplay, Billboard World Digital Song Sales, Billboard Argentina Hot 100, and then Billboard Ecuador song. This guy is moving. I think he's having the same route of Burna Boy. Burna Boy has similar route where after doing the of UK, he was spreading his wings to about Jamaica and all of that. Rema is doing likewise after doing a lot in US and UK, France, and the likes. He is moving to spaces, North America, South America, to make sure he goes there and have a print of himself in those places. Moving on, we saw Fred Bobalu made a debut on this week Billboard Ecuador song at 21. Rema becomes the first African artist to appear on the chart in Ecuador. These are strange places. South American zones are quite resistant to Afrobeat song, but Rema is going there and having numbers for himself effortlessly. Moving on, we have Oladips as the next guy on the news. We saw yesterday he made a post to show that yes, I'm alive, but then a cryptic one that shows that maybe, just maybe, he had a lot going on at the time. Maybe he really died, maybe was resurrected, maybe something happened. It was so cryptic, but then he said, Orishabi Yaosi, so more like putting eulogy on his mom at the time. And then on the background, we saw his mom making prayers and looking like maybe he was sick or something, but a lot of questions were left to be answered after he made this post. We saw Danerega, one of the Twitter activists, coming out to say Oladips mocked Mohbad with publicity stunts he pulled. That was so insensitive. People like him are why the public questions everything on social media and doubts those in need. From skills to DJ wise, these people don't learn. Rest in peace to his career anyways, gone but not forgotten. Just before the day wraps up, we saw where he came online on a live session with his fans to say he heard people talking about his story anyhow, and then he feels like people are just talking without getting to know what really happened. And he said at the right time, when he feels or when he deems fit, is going to come online to explain to the public what really happened to him. And trust us that we are waiting to see. I want to know really what happened to Oladips so that we can stop spreading fake news as it concerns him. But what we are sure of is the fact that he was pronounced dead by his team members, and miraculously after some hours it was said that he was alive. What transpired between the hours of death and being alive? All of that are questions fans are asking and want to know answers to all these questions. Moving on, we have Choc City as the next team on the news. We saw amidst all the success they've had so far, they have amazing members from Black Bones to all guys who have done so well for themselves. Black Bones just dropped an album, and that album, Make I Must Shine, is one project that has elevated this team to a big landmark. That for the country, we have record label who have done so well for themselves, from from Mavins to YBNL to Choc City to DMW. These are team or member crew who have given us in the space of Afrobeat amazing artists who has done so well for Afrobeat and done so well for themselves. Rema is a product of one of these team, Mavins, who is currently the biggest Afrobeat artist we have in the country. We saw where a publication came out to say that Choc City may lose 60% of its shares to Warner Music Group, and the reasons are below. Chocolate City, a prominent Nigerian music label, faces the potential loss of about 60% equity to Warner Music International, a subsidiary of Warner Music Group, due to a loan dispute. The loan of about $1.7 million facility obtained in 2019 from WEA had terms allowing repayment of conversion into 60% of Choc City shares at maturity. So apparently, Choc City team got a loan from Warner at the time, and the clause include that if you can't pay back, it allows us to get a part of the shares of your team or of your label at the time. And this is going to be a very massive shock to them. Maybe not a shock because they saw it coming, but it's going to be one they never envisaged to see at this time. What will be the fate of Black Bones and other team members they have in the team? What will be their fate? Will they be expunged from the group, or will they be elevated? All of these are what we'll get updates from in coming days, and let's see what the winner team and Choc City would have to do to resolve all of this. My name is Daki. We'll catch you guys on the very, very next one. Stay safe, guys, and always remember, you have to be very careful.